it's Rick and Patty from the KORD Morning Show. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it.
And, of course, you can always catch us anywhere and everywhere with our KORD mobile app. It's free for you in the App Store as well in Google Play.
Chevrolet, number 1 for New Country. It's 102.7 KORD. Got Ricky, got Patty. Good morning. 610, great to be with you. 67 degrees, partly sunny skies. If you're curious what that sample is.
I was going to say, I feel like I've heard that song somewhere before. It reminds me of, I think it was Drift Away.
It was Drift Away.
Joby Gray.
That's right, way back in the day.
Holy buckets.
And of course, the Pendleton Whiskey Music Fest. He performed that great new song there, and there's Chevrolet for you. Well, jumping into Tuesday, welcome to it. If you didn't know this, today is National Golden Girls Day.
Who's your favorite?
I like Sophia.
Sophia
Was always my favorite.
I'm a Rose girl.
Oh my gosh, my foster mom absolutely adored that show. And for me, from the first episode where she burns down the nursing home, I'm like, yeah, she's my character. Sophia is like... So,
I'm Rose Nyland from Minnesota.
Really?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh gosh, yeah. And
So I was talking about St. Olaf?
what was interesting that they flipped the characters because they flipped Betty White and Rue McCallaghan's characters because she was supposed to play Blanche and Rue was going to play Rose, but they decided, is it Sue Nevins? What was she? Who'd she play in Mary?
Sue Ann Nivens.
Where she was a man hungry, you know.
Yeah,
you're right. So
I get how they.
So they said, well, why don't you flip it and you be the naive one and let Rue McCallaghan be the promiscuous one, I guess is the way you put it.
Well, they got it right.
Anyway, we'll talk about the Golden Girls. We actually love that, but we're going to work on some Facebook fun for you. We've got, I know we've got passes to Watershed, and a little bit later on, I'm going to send out the first Luke Bryan song of the day in the app. It'll be in the app. It'll be an app alert. You need to listen for that song during the show. When it comes up, you'd be call number 7. Walk away with some Watershed passes. You get two of these wristbands, and that's worth like what, $600. It's a great value.
It's a hot ticket.
It's a hot ticket. So be watching your app here in the next 10 minutes for the Luke Bryan song of the day. That's the only time we're going to give it to you. And then when you hear that later on in the show, you call in, caller 7, and you are going to win. Let's get the day started. You got Rick, you got Patty. Always good to be with you. Keith Urban and Luke Combs coming up next. It's KORD.
You're waking up with the KORD Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 102.7 KORD. Have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto? Make sure you have our app, so when you connect your device, we can go everywhere together.
KORD, you got Rick, you got Patty. Great to be with you. 622, of course, 2 big shows in October. Another great reason to download the KORD mobile app.
Right on.
Absolutely. All right, Facebook fun. Facebook fun to get the day started. Here you go. What is your biggest grocery store pet peeve? It's a good one today.
Well, right now it's all about the prices. My goodness, I can't even afford to drink, a name brand pop.
Not anymore.
I have to get my Shasta Diet Grapefruit.
Right. The prices are up. You got to.
I'm a coupon clipper. You know,
that's smart.
Yeah,
that's a great way to do it. I'm thinking people that stand right in the middle of the aisle, like with their.
Oh, get out of the way!
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's
taking up the aisles.
Whatever side you're on, be closer to where you're supposed to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So instead of being right directly in the middle of the aisle, remember when they tried to do the one-way aisles?
I do during COVID.
Yeah.
Nobody follows it. You're going the wrong way.
Going the wrong
Look at the
way.
arrows.
I know exactly.
Why can't you follow the rules?
Absolutely.
Pay attention.
I think also, I guess people, I don't see it very often anymore, but people trying to write it. Oh, I always think it's hilarious how many people can't figure out the credit card machine these days. Like you get behind somebody, I'm like, well, how many times? I know you've swiped this card 1,000,000 times, and they sit there and they're like, can you do it again?
Well,
can you do it again?
Or sometimes, but you never know. You have to ask, like, too, is there Apple Pay? Sometimes people are not, now we're up on technology. I like to think that we are anyways.
Right. Well, I would like to think so too. I mean, I'm very much I'm very much a tap and go. Tap, boop, boop, gone. I'm out of there.
But not all the time does the tap work.
But then the hilarity is they got to flip it, especially at Yokes, they got to flip it back around. Mm-hmm. So they're like, and they're like, and they're like, oh, hang on. They flip it.
Well, sometimes it's temperamental. And it doesn't work for everyone.
So biggest grocery store pet peeve. What else can you think of?
I know what
Michelle?
you're thinking of when somebody pulls out their checkbook.
Well, I think a checkbook's okay, even though now this is what I was taught. See, here's the deal, guys. Again, it's all in how you were taught. I was taught to already have the check made out.
Yes.
And then you just write
in the amount.
You just write in the amount. The check's already made out. See, that's how, again, that's how you're not rude to the person behind you. Is you've got, and also somebody on their cell phone. Rude.
Yeah.
Put rude.
The phone, you should be giving your time and attention to the cashier.
Absolutely. Get off your phone. Exactly. When they're on their phone and they're talking, they don't ever acknowledge the cashier. Again, my foster. Well,
do you need that?
Here. My foster mom would be all rude. She'd be all about it.
How about now, too? Do you need bags? Because they're 8 cents or 9 cents, whatever.
Right. Oh, yeah, the bags. Oh, that's a good one.
Better bring your own bags.
Oh, yeah, you should see me walking out of Yokes. I'm stacked to the hilt. They're like, are you sure? I'm like, no, I'll make it work. I'll make it work for 8 cents.
As Rick drops a can of tomatoes on his way out.
Absolutely. So there you go. We'll have some fun with that today. What is your biggest grocery store pet peeve? More of those on the way. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD. 68 degrees for you right now, Tri-City sunshine. And time for some Nashville news.
The one thing that Tim McGraw says was harder than touring was filming his series 1883. He says it's the hardest job ever, and he praises his wife for her performance.
The hardest job we've ever had, and I grew up working on a farm. We were so grateful to be able to do that and be able to do it together. Taylor created such a beautiful script and created such a great world for us to live in, and the costuming was so incredible. The cast was incredible, and working with my wife every day was just one of the greatest experiences of my career. And then watching it back and seeing her performance, she absolutely blew me away on that show. She made me better. She brought her A game every single day.
Isn't that awesome? He just loves her. So, Extra TV says Dan and Shay singer Shay Mooney and his wife Hannah are expecting, this is their 4th child. The couple announced the news in an Instagram video with their 3 kids. Meanwhile, Justin Moore is telling People magazine he loves being on his tractor. He says his place of zen is on the tractor. He says, living on our property, I enjoy all the things I have to do. It's almost a hobby of mine. We have half timbered to pasture. He says 130 acres they have. He goes, that's a lot of bush hog and cutting grass. To do that on the lawnmower would take me about 6 months. He says we planted a garden last year, so having a tractor with a tiller made that 10 times easier. He says he just zones out when he's on his tractor and lets his mind wander. And finally, don't think that Lainey Wilson was just handed her fame, Rick. She says she has been touring since she was in the 8th grade. She says basically touring for the past 15 years, even longer than that. She says if you want to add in 8th grade when she started impersonating Hannah Montana. She says that was her job, and she did it. She did like 3 or 4 parties every weekend that she would open up for herself. So Lainey Wilson touring since 8th grade. Look at her now. Those are your trending headlines.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD. Have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto? Make sure you have our app, so when you connect your device, we can go everywhere together.
Back Road, number 1 for New Country. It's 1027 KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. Good to be with you. 6:50 right now, about 68 degrees. Whole lot of sunshine, but I don't know about right now.
Looks like it's going to rain again.
I know. Was that not a welcome relief yesterday?
We had some rain yesterday.
Oh,
I know.
I loved it.
Did you love it?
Oh my gosh. Well, my dog Barkley, he was like, keep throwing the ball, man. Keep throwing the ball. I'm like, dude, it's raining. It's raining.
I know.
It was nice just to have that reprieve after the weeks we've had of the hot weather. So, but he still made me laugh. He's a border collie. He doesn't care. He's like, just keep throwing that
ball, and I'll keep fetching it.
Well, and then of course, my wife gets mad because he drags mud through the house because he's as muddy as can be.
Of course he is.
But he's also as happy as can be. You should see him when he's like, I love my life.
How can you not?
Absolutely. So coming up this morning, 7:20, we're giving you a chance to win some Runaway June tickets. They're coming to Legends Casino on Saturday. So 7:20, we'll give you another chance to win some of those tickets. Plus also Luke Bryan, Watershed, and we're going to app chat you. We're going to send you a little app alert on the song of the day. You're listening for that song of the day. And caller 7 later on this morning will walk away with tickets to Watershed.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, and these are not just tickets. These are the wristbands. These are the big deal.
They are the big deal. They are the big deal. So, again, a couple ways to win this morning. So, 7:20, get ready for those runaway June tickets. Going to be a great show for you at Legends. And then even more country come to town with Watershed and your chance to win those tickets on the way. Make sure, we're trying to give you enough time. Go download the KORD mobile app. If you don't have the KORD mobile app, you're going to be out of luck on the Watershed. You're just going to be. Sorry.
You want in.
That's
the way to do it.
Interesting. We were talking off microphone. The new way you win, QR codes are a big deal.
Yep.
QR codes.
Technology, man.
Technology, and then that app is one way you win too. So make sure you download the Cord app so you can win some Watershed from us, 102.7 KORD.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on number 1 for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
Patty, always great to be with you, and I will tell you this. We've got the Luke Bryan song picked out that you're listening for, but you got to have the KORD mobile app. So
otherwise, you'll be missing out.
You'll be missing out. They call that today FOMO. And it's so funny.
What is FOMO?
Fear of missing out. Fear of missing out.
Fear of missing out.
Fear of missing out.
Oh.
And whenever we're on these calls, they're like, "Oh, FOMO, FOMO." FOMO. Anyway, all I think is Mr. Roboto. FOMO, Mr. Roboto. All right. So go ahead and download the KORD mobile app and be ready to play along for some Watershed passes with that Luke Bryan secret song. We're not going to tell you what the song is. You got to get it through the KORD mobile app. So.
That's right.
All right, so go download that. And in the meantime, let's talk about a situation that Jack's got going on. What's going on with Jack here?
Rick and Patty, I am single and finding it tougher than ever to get a date. One of my best friends says I'm way too nice, and that's why women don't like me. I'm confused. Is she telling me that women would rather date a jerk than date a nice guy? What did she mean when she says I'm too nice of a guy? Don't women want a nice guy? Can someone help me? Jack in Kennewick.
Absolutely. Jack, here's my little piece of advice. I do believe that there is someone for everyone. You know what I'm saying? No matter who you are on this planet, there is somebody out there for you, no matter what. Now, your people picker could be broken.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah, because I have a former coworker that is 65 years old and thinks he can date the 25-year-old receptionist at the front desk.
Why can't he?
Because he doesn't have the personality. He doesn't. He lives at home with his mom, who's 90. Drives an 82. Oh my gosh, what is it?
Like an old sports car?
It is.
Oh.
It is. It is. It's like it's not a Camaro, but it's a Z28. It's an old Z28, which the office girls call dirty. They call
Why doesn't he get a new car?
Well,
he just thinks he's cool driving the old one?
He just lives at home with his mom and his dad, and he's got dirty, his 1981 Z28, and it's not even a restored, it's falling apart. One day he was going down the Yakima Freeway, and the hood came up, fell off. So he's going down the interstate, and a gust of wind takes the hood right off of it.
Jack, it's time for a new car. Man, you better.
But he still believes that the 22-year-old receptionist is going to want to have children with him. So I'm just saying.
I don't.
So Jack in Kennewick, I'm going to say people picker. I'm going to say your people pickers probably are broken a little bit.
You might be, though, too nice. You might be. If you're, like throwing yourself, constantly flirting. Oh, here comes that loser again.
Well,
he's so nice. Go get me a coffee, please. Okay.
We don't know number one, we don't know what his age is. Because we know that I don't want to make a judgment call, but younger women might be attracted to the bad boys, right? But when they get a little bit older and more mature, they're like, I don't need a bad boy, So, I mean, for me, I had the opposite. So you know how men are attracted, girls are attracted to the bad boy? Well, guess who the bad girls are attracted to?
You?
Well, the nerds, of course. I don't know how nerdy you are, Jack, but I'm just saying that in my lifetime, I've always been amazed by the tattooed, smoking, rock and roll. Is
that the kind of lady that comes after you?
Has. Yeah. And I asked, I said, what the heck? Why would you even be attracted to me? And she's like,
you're easy to push around.
No. It's like they've already had they're like, they don't want the bad boys. The bad girls don't want the bad boys because they're like, they know what it's all about.
Are you too nice?
Me? I don't know. I have to ask Megan. I think there was moments in my dating life that I was way too nice. Okay. But again, there's that great saying, what is it? They're just not interested in you. You know what I'm saying?
They're just not that into you.
Exactly. And so
there's a whole movie, you know.
There is a whole movie about it. So it's like, so I learned, it took a long time. You learn, you mature and you learn. You're like, if they're not coming your way, they're not interested. Even though that you think they're the greatest person on the planet, but if they're not coming your way and acting like they're interested in you, guess what? They're not interested in you.
How'd you get so smart,
No,
Rick?
I'm just saying.
I mean,
because I've been there. I've done it. I had to date. I couldn't imagine anybody today dating. I feel for you. I hear you guys. I hear you ladies. Ladies, where are all the good men? I get you. Men, where are all the good ladies? I hear what you're saying. And
I have no idea how I got into this Facebook group, but there is a group about ladies dating.
Yeah.
You know, are we dating the same guy in Tri-Cities? And it's comical.
And they are, a lot of them, right?
Yes,
They're like,
yes.
oh, that's so-and-so. And
they all weigh in on, well, he's got a baby, you know,
Yeah.
baby mama,
Yeah.
and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
There's always some baggage going on.
Right. Well, I think
they have to unpack.
I think sometimes we're attracted to what you can't have.
I agree.
And then,
yes.
You know, and you have to scrape yourself a couple times before you realize that's not what I need. You know, looking back at my life, I'm like, I've made some mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes, and now I'm so grateful today. Looking at you met my wife.
I have.
She is super cool.
Oh, boy, she is one of a kind.
She puts
Rick,
up with
you
me.
are you are a lot.
I know. I am a lot to handle. She puts up.
She is a saint.
She is a saint. So, Jack, we're going to do our best. What do you think? When you were younger and dating, nice guys, did you like nice guys?
Some were sadly too nice. You know,
okay.
I mean,
but you also have dated some bad people too.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
So but you take a nice guy over a bad guy.
Of course.
Any day of the week.
Yeah.
All right, Jack. Well, I think the people picker's broken. That's what I think. So, Jack, we'll see what everybody else has to say. 547-KORD app chat us. How can you help Jack out in this situation? Do women want a nice guy? That's really what he's asking.
I'm with you. I'd like you. You know, there is someone for everyone.
I do believe there's someone for everyone, and you got to set your sights on what is attainable.
Yep, hang in there.
Attainable, Jack. Well, we'll see what you guys think. Let us know. Other people's problems, you got Rick and Patty.
You're listening to Rick and Patty in the morning on number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
For you, Runaway June is coming to Legends Casino. So excited this Saturday night. And we've got tickets for you, right,
If
Patty?
you want to go, we will take lucky caller number 6 at 547 KORD.
All right, that's right. 547 KORD, 547 KORD. Runaway June going to be coming to Legends Casino. Caller 6 is going to win next. Good luck from 102.7 KORD.
We love to hear from you, and it's easier than ever to reach out. Just open up the Cord mobile app and send us an app chat message. Or you can contact us the old-fashioned way at 509-547-KORD. Number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD. No need to wait for AI. Catch us now on Google Home and Alexa devices. Open our app for more info.
6, number one for New Country. It's 102.7 KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. Good to be with you. Happy Tuesday, not Monday. Happy Tuesday.
I'm waiting for August 16th. That's when Post Malone's album drops.
Yes, well, just about, 16 days away, 17 days away from that. Super excited about all the collabs. They're going to be on there. Target made the mistake of uploading it.
I know.
And then it got
they had the
pulled
whole
in.
list.
got
Dolly
pulled.
Parton. I saw Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Blake Shelton.
It's going to be so good. It's going to be
Combs.
it's going to be a great collab. So, all right. So here you go. A 14-year-old dog named Red will only eat when the song "Eat It" by Weird Al Yankovic plays. The Pickies dog's mom sings the song when the song isn't available. Weird Al's parody song is a hit with Red, who ignores his food until the music starts. And this is on Inspire More about the old dog Red. Old dog Red. Does your dog have any mealtime rituals at all? Does DJ have any
DJ, we're not. No, I haven't had him long enough to have a ritual.
Okay.
No, we're trying to get him to learn how to, sit, shake, do the basics.
Sure.
He could care less.
Oh my gosh. Well,
No.
My dogs are like alarm clocks. I don't have to have an alarm clock. I never oversleep because their normal feeding time is about 4:30. And Megan had gone to Portland for a reunion and got home last night about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And they thought it was time to get up. And they wouldn't go back to bed. You know, so I fed them. I had to feed them.
Well, why not?
I had to feed them at 2 a.m. because they're not going back to bed. They're and they're whimpering and whining. I mean, they let you know if they get close, and you have to for my dogs. I have to go. It's not time. It's not time. It's not time. It's not time.
That is the one constant that DJ has is that, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, whenever I wake up, when he hears the alarm clock, he knows we're going for a walk.
Wow. So yeah, you're lucky. See,
that's the one thing he knows.
He's not your alarm clock. He'd be sleeping with you no matter what.
He gets up whenever I get up. If I have to get up and go to the bathroom, he's up too. I'm like, what's going on?
You are a lucky dog mom. I'm gonna bring over my 3. Yeah.
I feel like this. If I have to go to the bathroom, he might have to go, so I take him out too.
Oh my gosh,
I do.
Oh my gosh, no. I've got my dogs. Sadly, they get a treat about 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So if they're in bed and they get up, they whimper for the treat. Get a treat, they go back to bed. Then they want to get fed at 4 a.m. And then again, we have the border collie who's it's all ball time. So it doesn't matter if I get home from work. That's playtime. That's 2 hours of playtime.
I hear you.
There's no these are things hey Rick, what are you doing after work? Well, I got to go home and play with the dog because he's not going to do anything else. So we're going to have some fun with you. Do you have a pet who has a weird or hilarious mealtime ritual? Do they let you know that they're hungry? Bodie will walk over and use his nose to open up the pantry where his food is.
Is that so? That's, he's telling you I'm hungry.
Hey, it's food time, man. He goes over and nudges the door, and you see him in there. Okay, it's getting time to feed him, right? And anyway, they've all got their little weird, hilarious mealtime rituals.
Hey, can I call you out? Well, not call you out. You're looking at me like, oh shoot, what is she doing now? Rick discovered TikTok.
Oh, well,
I saw a Bodie post.
I threw Bodie up there for my first TikTok.
I love it. Who let the dogs out?
Yeah, I don't know. I got to figure that.
Is that Rick Michaels on TikTok?
I had to figure it out. I thought about doing a little story, and then now I'll just do some dog stuff, and
everybody loves a dog.
The funny thing about TikTok or any of those platforms is that when you have the camera to your face, you can see all the imperfect.
We have a former coworker. That's all she does.
That's right. Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm gonna take TikToks of the dogs because that's where I'm gonna live. Not a big.
That's all I do. I walk DJ and he's got these 2 dogs that he likes to visit.
You don't want to see my jowls or my everybody. All right, so take some calls. 547 KORD. Does your pet have a weird, hilarious mealtime ritual? Calls on the way. You got Rick and Patty.
You're waking up with the Cord Morning Show, number 1 for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
It's number 1 for New Country. It's 102.7 KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. Great to be with you. So we've been talking about our pets, and we all love our pets, right? Well, hilarious mealtime rituals. So our dogs, my wife got back yesterday from a reunion in Portland at 2 a.m. Well, they wouldn't go back to bed. They would not go back to bed.
So you just feed them.
I had to
give them some food, give them a treat.
Yeah, I had to feed them basically to get them back to bed, basically, because they weren't going. They weren't going. So that's how we got them settled back down. They wanted to play. They're like, oh, mom's home, 2 a.m.
It was time, yes.
Oh, they were all over the bed.
I know. Whenever I get home, he's on fire, man.
Right. So no matter what time, he probably wants, hey, let's go. Let's play, right?
Yes.
So, but you haven't had DJ long enough to have a mealtime ritual.
There is no ritual yet. No. He eats whenever.
Okay. Have you fed him human food at all?
I do not, but my husband does.
All right.
All the time.
Okay. I'm guilty of that. My dogs get. I had some cooked chicken for him a couple days ago.
I bet you he loved that.
All of them? Oh yeah.
Okay.
They all like chicken. Like they ate like kings and queens when I was serving out the chicken. So, but taking your calls, does your animals have any mealtime rituals? Do they get crazy? Do they get antsy? Do they shake their tails? What do they do? Taking your calls, tell us your story.
I actually just figured out with my rabbit, Evie, she won't eat stuff. You have to make it, separate. The other day, I gave her lettuce on one side of a plate, apples on one side of a plate, and bananas on one side of a plate. It cannot be touching, or she will not eat it. Just like my kid.
Right.
Oh.
Ridiculous.
That's
it's weird.
So our dogs...
I mean, it all goes in the same place. Why can't it be touching?
Animals are funny.
Are they like us?
Because Phoebe, our dog, literally, if there was a salad, but there was steak in the salad, she could find the meat.
Yeah,
And
yes, she'll eat all around.
Yeah,
She's
and
not
leave-
eating any of the lettuce.
No. She won't leave. She'll leave this anything she doesn't like.
No
but
carrots, thank you.
She can find it. Exactly. It's kind of crazy. And they'd be buried. She'd find it. 547 KORD. Strange rituals your dog or cats or your even rabbits have at mealtime.
We had a beagle, and this beagle didn't know she was a dog. We had pot pie one day, and we gave her some leftover pot pie. Instead of throwing it away, we always give it to the dog, and if whatever the dog doesn't eat, we'll throw away. And she ate everything in the pot pie and licked the bowl clean, and when she was done, she spit out every single pea, and not one pea had a tooth mark in it. So apparently, she doesn't like pea. I was like, you can see her spitting them all out. Spit every pea out. Not a pea had a tooth mark in it.
I love it. See, the good stuff they're going to eat. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome.
How is it, too? So we had a dog, Davy.
Yeah.
And you know how sometimes putting a pill in his,
they know
he'd put it in the
Oh,
treat
yeah.
or whatever?
They're not stupid.
No. Minute later, there he is. How did you, what?
We'll even
Ate
hold
the whole treat,
No,
but
yeah.
nope, there comes the pill out.
There comes the pill. Love it. Taking the calls, 547 KORD. More of your calls on the way. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD. No need to wait for AI. Catch us now on Google Home and Alexa devices. Open our app for more info.
And you got Rick, you got Patty, and of course, all my friends say, I'm going to go to Watershed.
1027 KORD. Hello, lucky caller number 7.
Yay! Yes! Who's got the tickets? What's your name? Darren, congratulations. You're going to Watershed, buddy!
That's awesome. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. I think the Pointer Sister said that too. So I'm so excited you're going to Watershed, Darren. Enjoy that. And Darren,
He's never been.
Yeah, is he from Hermiston?
He is from Hermiston.
Shout out to you, Darren, from Hermiston. You're going to Watershed, first time ever. And of course, Luke Bryan, the main big act on Sunday night. And don't worry, we'll do it all over again, but with another song. So make sure you download the KORD mobile app. So if you're just tuning in, you don't know what's going on, we're giving away Watershed passes this week. And the only way is to know the secret song, which comes through the app alerts.
Yep, and once you hear it, we tell you what number you have to be, and then you're in to win.
That's right. You're going to be listening, and we'll play it for you, not just like we did with all my friends.
Just like Darren.
I know, just like that, Darren. Enjoy. Watershed passes could be yours. Go download the KORD mobile app next time. It's 1027 KORD.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD. Have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto? Make sure you have our app, so when you connect your device, we can go everywhere together.
You got Patty. Another great reason to download the KORD mobile app. Tomorrow morning, we will have another Luke Bryan song, secret song, and we already gave those tickets away earlier.
You're talking for Watershed.
For Watershed,
yes,
absolutely.
Sir.
Download the KORD mobile app, and you'll be good to go. All right, we've been trying to help out Jack this morning on quite the situation. What's going on with Jack here, Patty?
Rick and Patty, I'm single. I find it tougher and tougher than ever to get a date. One of my best friends says I'm just too nice. That's why women don't like me. But I'm confused, though. Is she telling me that women would rather date a jerk than a nice guy? What did she mean when she said I'm too nice of a guy? Don't women want a nice guy? Can someone help me out here, Jack in Kennewick?
Situation that we've all been there, at least if you've been a guy. You know, sometimes, that some women like the bad boy. But there's a lot of women that like a nice guy, too.
Barbie agrees with you, Jack. She says, stay true to who you are. The right woman wants a nice guy.
Mariah says, you'll find the right person one day without even realizing it. My husband was the too nice guy, and there's nothing wrong with that. Keep your head up, and that's for Mariah.
Erica says, stay true to yourself, Jack. Nice guys do win. Just keep putting yourself out there.
Yep. Rachel says, just be yourself. And Carol, no one likes a jerk. Be true to yourself. The right girl hasn't caught your eye yet. And that's it. It's plain and simple. I know people, listening right now, dating woes. I get it. But again, I call it the people picker. Is your people picker broken? If you're picking the wrong people,
It doesn't sound like he's picking anybody.
well, but I'm saying if you're shooting high and it's unrealistic, it just may be. So remember, people picking it's tough. and you got to find the right person. I am astounded, and I love these stories. I love childhood sweethearts. I have
Where are you going? Where are you going to Melody Bots?
Well, no, I'm just saying I love people that in my high school that are still married. They're married. I've got multiple people in my class that got married and they're still married, and I love that. Do you
remember your first, like, who you like? For me, it was Alan Nitz. We were like, I liked Alan because he had blue eyes and I got blue eyes. My friend Kim Wagner was paired up with Andrew Schneider because she's got brown eyes and he's got brown eyes.
I don't, I look back.
We were 5.
I know that in high school, what I still consider my first true love. I was a sophomore in high school and fell in love with this girl named Katie, and I obsessed about Katie. And I apologize.
Is that the one that you?
She didn't like me. She didn't like me. She didn't like me. She didn't like me, and she was very nice, and I still couldn't take a hint. And so it took me 3 years to get over that thing. That was a mess. But looking back, I'm rather embarrassed by it. But because it's like, she was very nice, and she's like, "You're just not my type," and I'm like, "I'll do anything to change. What do you need?"
No!
You know me well enough to know that I'll flip on a dime. Exactly. It's like,
but no means no.
But no means no.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can't change.
Exactly.
And you thought you could.
And
I could be anything you want me to be.
And I deliberately have gone back to my reunions. So she never showed up at the 10. She didn't show up at the 20. She did show up at the 30. So I got to sit down with her, and she's married, got 2 kids, and just lovely. Megan and I had a great conversation with her at the reunion.
Did Megan go,
Megan, I don't know if Megan really knows that much about that. I don't talk about it. It's kind of rather.
I find it. I bet she does.
If
we know about it, she knows about it.
But we never dated. So,
Yeah.
but I did learn that the harsh lesson that some people are just not into you, no matter,
right.
But I changed. I literally changed the way I dressed, the way my hair was. Oh yeah, I kept trying different things, thinking that she would someday just go, "Oh, well, there he is."
Wait. No. What grade was this?
I was a sophomore. I was a sophomore. And looking back, just so you youngins that are listening right now, I missed all the other opportunities that came along.
Yes.
So a lot of girls, there was Sarah, there was Suze, the list goes on, that wanted to date me, but nope, I'm going to save my heart for Katie when she didn't want it. Looking back, I'm like, man, you messed up your high school days. You messed them up. I didn't realize that till later. Like, what were you pining? You're sitting there pining over this girl. She's not interested.
I don't know, man. Turn the page.
Exactly.
And look at you got quite the catch.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, yes, exactly. So but when you're in those situations, Patty, have you ever been in that situation where
I remember back and woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And you couldn't get out of it until years later. You're like, geez, what an idiot I was. But when you're in it, you don't see the forest for the trees. So we did our best, Jack. You are a nice guy.
Yeah.
The nice girl's going to come along.
Hold tight. Stay the course.
Stay the course. You don't have to turn into a bad guy or any of these different things. She's out there for you. Just keep your head up, right? Good advice this morning. What would you guys do in the situation about Jack? What do you guys think? 547 KORD. App chat us what you would do. We want to know. You got Rick and Patty. KORD.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on number 1 for New Country, 102.7 KORD.